Hey, it's Jay here from Element Immigration. I want to thank you again for taking the time to book in a free consultation with us. Hopefully it was a little bit helpful for you, but I get it. You probably still got questions, right? I was the same. I remember when I was doing my express entry application, I had just had some niggling questions that I just needed answering and needed that peace of mind. And I eventually had to book a lawyer to get those questions answered. And you may be in the same situation, whether it's Vista Visa, express entry, work permit, spousal work permit, whatever it may be. And hopefully with this video, I can show you some of the ways that we've helped people just like you in terms of answering their questions and getting them to the promised land, which may be your Vista Visa, maybe permanent residency, maybe a work permit for your spouse. And we're hoping we can help you. So, in terms of your questions, I know that you really probably are puzzled with some things about your application and not knowing and not getting clear answers from people. And maybe we give you a little bit of answers in the consultation. However, we got some applications here that have been approved recently. That may, be similar to your case. For instance, this is a postgraduate work permit from April 13th. There were some complexities with this case, which I won't go into, but they usually are fairly simple applications. Postgraduate work permit, maybe you're applying for one. Here's an interesting one. This is April the 11th, Andrew, and he was applying for his permanent residency under express entry. He had already had it rejected once because he had some issues in terms of his police certificates, where he had traveled to, and also when he left his country after applying for a police certificate. So we were able to understand his problem and get this application approved, and now he is a permanent resident of Canada, which we're very happy about. We have an application here. This is an interesting one, actually, Mr. Singh. This one was approved. Actually, we pulled this out because this was an interesting case. This one was approved in February of this year, and the reason why this was interesting, it was actually rejected twice. It was rejected the first time with another consultant or lawyer they may have used, and actually the second time it was rejected with ourselves, which you might find interesting that we're highlighting this case. However, we thought this was a very strong case, and so what we did was we used the power of reconsideration. You may have heard of this in the past. It's not just a case of, it's kind of a loophole, but it's not just a case of submitting the application again with all the same stuff. What we had to do is really dig deep into the application, and we really try to highlight some of the strengths and why we felt that it needs reconsideration and why the officer may have made a mistake in the first place. We pulled out case laws. This is a book that stays here on my desk all the time. This is Immigration Law Book, and this contains everything that you need to know, and this is what we base our applications on, immigration law, not our opinion. It really stems from here and it grows from there. So we used a lot of case law and backed up regarding his finances and some of the rejections that he had had, and some of the reasons that had been given, which they use a lot of AI nowadays as well, and we were able to get that decision overturned within 3 weeks, which is quite quick as well for a Vista Visa application, or reconsideration, should I say. This is this is a spousal work permit that we had approved. This person actually, this was April 3rd, this person was actually out of status with this spousal work permit. It was a unique situation, and we were able to get this approved, again, by citing law. Okay, and then evidencing this to the officer, and this was approved. So this is a spousal work permit, and that person hopefully will be moving towards permanent residency. We have another work permit application here. This is for a working holiday visa, which you can get from 37 countries. It's an open work permit, and we were able to get this approved just a couple of weeks ago. So these are some of the applications that we've gone through recently, and you may be going through a similar application, express entry, work permit, Vista Visa, and these are some of the approvals. Another one again from earlier this month that we've had approved, and again, it's a real process that we have to follow, and we follow this process closely. We have numerous checks, and we try to keep you updated. I know a lot of people say that they use a representative representative and then they never hear anything, or there's very little heard after it is given to the representative. Well, we'll try to keep you up to date as much as possible. Whenever there's key findings, you can always call us. We're always ready to answer the phone and give you any application updates if there is any necessary. And we really try to dig deep into your case and understand a little bit more about you. So with the initial free consultation that we've had with you, we've got some initial details. We've got those noted down. So if you want to carry on your process, you can do, and we can dig real deep into your questions, the ones that you probably still have, and try to get your permanent residency, work permit, spousal open work permit, friends visitor visas, whatever it may be, approved, and for you to have that peace of mind that you're in the right hands. Now, we don't have that many cases that we can take on at any one time, so it's really important that if you are wanting to move ahead with your case, you get in touch with us. I'm more than willing to answer any queries that you may have, and we're really hoping that we can bring you some resolution to your immigration queries.